What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Everybody, what's going on? Hopefully, everybody feeling amazing. Thank y'all for joining me in Dysfunctional Conversations. Ask Uncle T from the B. Ask Uncle T, once again, from the V. That's who it is. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Once y'all get up in this boy in Facebook, please give me a 2. And when y'all get in here from YouTube, please drop a 1. Please drop me a number 1. And I thank y'all. This is going to be a hell of an episode. For those that are new to Ask Uncle T from the V, what we do on this broadcast, there's questions that's submitted. And Uncle T answer the questions. And I also have something new that I'm doing today. I'm opening up the lines because we are on Apple Podcasts, we on iHeart Podcasts, iHeart Radio, and also Spotify. So therefore, I'm going to open up the lines. I'm going to let my viewers join in and answer some of the questions with me. Y'all can definitely call in once I open up the lines. But I thank y'all. Also, please, just rock with your boy. Rock with your boy, vibe with your boy. And I'm trying to wait till a few people get on up in here before I start this live episode. Before I start this live episode, I'm just waiting on a couple people to get on up in here. Get yourselves on up in here, and thank y'all. Hopefully everybody feeling good. Hopefully y'all having a great day, a great work day. You know, hopefully everything going good with y'all. I know for myself, I feel amazing. I feel blessed. I don't have any complaints. I don't have any complaints whatsoever. My health is in order. I feel good, y'all. I know I'm looking good. So y'all just jump on up in here. Jump on up in here. I'm waiting on a couple people to get up in here. Once you get in here, do exactly as I said. Don't forget to throw up a number 1. Let me know you're in here so we can start these questions. I'm going to pull the questions up on the screen. I have a lot of amazing questions today. And y'all going to have fun with me. We going to vibe. This going to be a nice organic vibe. You know, this going to be a hell of an organic vibe. And like I say, I appreciate y'all. Your boy appreciate y'all. You know, those that's new to the channel, you can throw a super chat my way. As you can see, whoever do a super chat, it pops up on the screen there. So, you know, let's do this thing. Let's make this thing happen. Hopefully y'all feeling good. Hopefully ain't nobody ticked you off today. And you bringing that energy over here with Uncle T. I'm going to change it, though. Uncle T gonna change that energy, y'all. I'm gonna change that energy, baby. That's what I do. I change that energy and I bring that good energy. I bring that good vibe. You know what I'm saying? I bring that good vibe. And that's what your boy trying to do. Bring y'all some of that good vibe. Yes, yes. How y'all feel? How was your work day? Huh? How was your work day? Everything was copacetic. Everything went smooth sailing. And even if it didn't go smooth sailing, even if it didn't go exactly as planned, you're still living. You got another chance to do it again. So we ain't going to complain or dwell on the little things. We are not going to complain and dwell on the little things. But that's what we can't do. And that's what we ain't gonna do. You feel me? We don't do those things. We do not do those things. Not over here. Not when y'all rocking with Uncle T from the V, baby. Not when y'all rocking with Uncle T from the V. We have fun over here. We vibe out over here. We spread good energy over here. The vibes is amazing over here on this end, y'all. Y'all go and get yourselves up in here. Yes, yes. Get yourselves on up in here. Y'all feel me? Get yourselves on up in here so we can make this thing do what it do, baby. So we can make this thing do what it do. You feel me? Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Get on up in here, get on up in here, get on up in here. There we go, there we go. There go my people. What's going on? Munchie, Munchie. I see y'all. I see y'all. I got Munchie in here. I got y'all real. Sup, Munchie. Sup, Munchie. We gonna go and get this thing kicking off. My day is good, man. My day is good, y'all real. My day is effing good. I ain't got no complaints. But thank y'all for joining in on Uncle T from the V. And I'm going to open up the lines once I answer these questions. I'm going to open up the line just to see what y'all feel about this. And y'all definitely welcome to chime on in. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're feeling. Let me know what you're feeling, baby. Let your brother know what you're feeling. We finna go ahead, open up with question number 1. Ask Uncle T from the V. Question number 1. Do parents still believe in curfews? That's question number 1. Do parents still believe in curfews? Me personally, I believe in curfews. But in today's world that we living in, the kids barely go outside anyway. The kids stuck in the house, they're playing a video game, so they ain't outside anyway. So what the hell is it good to set a curfew for if the kids ain't outside? But yes, I do believe in curfews, and I will have a curfew for mines. But yeah, most kids, I don't see them outside playing anyway. I live in a neighborhood now where I do see a lot of kids out playing. But the community where I come from, the V, too many kids ain't out there playing outside. It's too dangerous. So no, kids ain't really out there playing outside like that. They not really out there playing outside like that. All right. What y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Huh? If I have some parents on here right now, let me know what y'all feel about curfews. Do y'all still believe in curfews? Do you give your kids curfews? But that's a question from one of my viewers. Do parents still believe in curfews? Me personally, I do. I'm rocking with a curfew. Yes, I am. I need mines to be in and be protected, baby. I need mines to be in and protected. Period. Just like that. No other way to have it. I'm going to open up the lines. I want to see what some of y'all think. What do y'all think? I'm opening up the lines right now. What do y'all think? Do y'all believe in curfews? Like, let me know. The lines are open. The lines are open, y'all. Let me know what y'all feel about that. Do y'all believe in curfews? And if so, what's a good curfew? You know, what's a good curfew for a 13-year-old? What is a good curfew for a 13-year-old? Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. I'm rocking with a curfew. Like it or not, I'm rocking with a curfew. Period. I ain't going to have it no other way. I will not have it no other way. I have to rock with a curfew. I have to rock with a curfew, y'all. All right, I'm going to leave the lines open for 30 more seconds. I'm leaving the lines open for 30 more seconds until after question number 2. I will open the lines back up. But yes, I'm rocking with a curfew. Be mad at me, call me strict, call me militant, whatever you want to call me. But what you ain't going to call me is a goddamn fool for allowing mine to be out all types of night. You know, you don't know what these kids doing out here, especially with this online web. Real talk. All right, we're going to close up those lines real quick, And we're going to open them back up after question number 2. All right, question number 2. My mom doesn't like my current girlfriend. I'm 21 and I've been with her for 2 months. How can I get my mom to back off? Okay, one question that I have to that. Why doesn't your mom like your current girlfriend? Why? Why doesn't your mom like your current girlfriend? That's a question that I would want to know, because moms do know best. Moms do know best. Sometimes the mom should just let the child fall and bump his head and get heartbroken, get all in the feelings. But sometimes the mom just be trying to protect the child, or their son, their daughter. In your case, you're 21. So mom's still trying to protect you. She must see something in this woman that you don't see, that you're missing. She may think you head over heels over the kitty cat, and your mom may see that you're straight head over heels over this woman, and she don't want her baby to get hurt. Mom don't want her baby to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Mom just don't want her baby to get hurt. That's all. Respect mom for that. You will thank her later. You will thank her later. Trust and believe that. You will thank her later. Let me make sure everything running smoothly over here in YouTube. Let me make sure everything is running smoothly over here in YouTube. It looked like we're rocking good. Excellent connection. Everything is good. Everything is gravy. Everything is gravy. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. So yeah, talk to me. Talk to your boy. Y'all know I'm going to talk back. Talk to your boy. Y'all know I'm going to talk back. What do y'all feel? What do y'all feel about that? Do you feel like he should tell his mother to back off? Do you feel like he should tell his mother to back off? Is that what you would tell your mother? To back off? Mom, I'm 21. I got this. You know, think about that though. But one thing I definitely want to say is moms knows best. Those mothers know what's best for their kids, even for their young adults. You have to listen, because at the end of the day, trust me, it's going to be something like, I told you, I wish you would have listened. And at that time, your heart all broke. You know, you're feeling all hurt. You're pussyfooting around. You know, come on now. You got to listen to their moms. Like I say, their moms knows best. Those mothers knows best. All right, now, I'm going to open up the lines. I'm opening up the lines for question number 2. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you feel about that. Are you the type of person that's going to tell your mother to back off? Are you the type of person to tell your mother, I got this? Because I tell you the truth, once you do that, one day she going to be telling you, I told you so. I told you. I told you. I knew about that girl. I seen it. And the moms knows. Moms knows, period. They know, straight up. They know. The lines are open. The lines are open. Feel free, call in, let me know what you think. If you're a mom, tell me your story. Tell me your story. Have you ever had a story where you had to tell your son or your daughter, that man ain't good for you? That man is no good for you, baby. And what happened? What was the end result? What was the end result? If you are a mom on the line right now, call in, tell me your story. Let me know what happened. Are they still together? Were you wrong, mom? Because sometimes the moms can get it a little wrong. So let me know. Were you wrong, mom? Did you get it wrong in this situation? Was your son good? Was your son good? Did everything work out? Are they still together? Do they have a family together? And you want to apologize to your child. Maybe you want to apologize to your child. See more, I see you, I see you, I see you. What you think about question number 2, see more? Got a 21-year-old over here. He been dating a woman for 2 months. and the mother told him, you know, I don't really like this woman you dating. But shawty want to see mom back off. This young man want mom to back off. For my situation, my mom always been right. My mom always been right. Those mothers, they have an intuition. They have an intuition, and they be right most of the time. They be right. So I don't know. But I do have the lines open. See more. If you want to call in and tell me what you think about this, the lines are open. The phone lines are open. Yes, yes, yes. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. We're going to move right on along to question number 3. And the lines are closed until I finish question number 3. Let's do this thing. Question number 3. Let's see. I like to start dating again. My friends say I should try dating other races. I'm a black woman and I prefer black men. They say I'm limiting myself. What's my thoughts? Woo, if this a pro-black sister and she chooses not to date outside her race, I'm going to tell you like this. Don't force her, ladies. Let her do her thing. If y'all choose to go get some of that white meat or Asian meat, go get y'all some of that white Asian meat. You know, you go get you some of that. But don't make this woman feel bad and tell her she's limiting herself. She may be just happy dating her king. She may just be happy dating her king. But now, me personally, what I feel, I don't think it's too much wrong with dating outside your race. If they understand you, a lot of the times people say it's kind of hard because when you're dating outside your race, your partner tend not to understand, you know, some of the struggles that you may go through, and it's always a battle of trying to get them to understand. So, but I feel like if you can make a baby together, it's okay to date and mate together. That's how I feel. Long as you're human and you have the heart or you have the patience to try to understand me, I feel like it may be okay to date outside your race. You know, but you want to also vet this person that you're looking at to date, because some people may not understand you for real. Some people just may not understand you for real. So, hey, to each his own, right? To each his own, right? So that's how I feel in regards to that situation. It all depends. It all depends, but don't make the sister feel bad, ladies. Don't try to entice her or force her to go over here on this side of the fence. She cool where she at. She's cool where she's at. That's how I feel about that situation. All right, the lines are open. The lines are open. Let me know what you think. Is the sister wrong for not wanting to date outside of her race? Is she wrong? Is she wrong for not wanting to date outside of her race? Or do y'all respect that? Do y'all respect that? I feel like other cultures, though, this is something that I do feel. I feel like other cultures that don't date outside their race, they're not judged as much as black people. Black people is judged more so by their peers when they date outside their race, or if they choose not to date outside their race. They're judged whether you do it or whether you don't. If you see a black man, if women see a black man with a white woman, a lot of the times those women make that brother know that I see you. I see you. You get what I'm saying? And then in this situation, her friends is telling her she's limiting herself. You don't know what kind of peer pressure that this woman is receiving over here for not dating outside of her race. So we kind of damned if we do and damned if we don't. in this specific situation, because we going to give it to ourselves hard. We are the hardest people that come down on each other. We do it. Look at Shannon Sharp. Just look at Shannon Sharp. People was loving him. They was loving the Cat Williams interview. Look at him now. They chewing his ass up. Y'all hear me? They lighting his ass up. So we give it to each other very, very hard. And that's not always good. The lines are open. The phone lines are open. You're welcome to call in. You're welcome to let me know what you think about that. You know, do you feel like she's limiting herself because she's not dating outside of her race? Or do you feel like she can not date outside of her race if she want? Or she can date outside of her race? The lines are open. The lines are open. Let me know what you think. And I thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate that. All right, we're going to move right on along, y'all. We're moving along to question number 4. Lines are closing in 30 seconds for question number 3. Lines are closing in 30 seconds for question number 3, and we're opening up with question number 4. All right, lines are closed. Question number 4, y'all. Question number 4. How do I tell my mom that I've been talking to my dad behind her back for the past 2 years? She's never had anything nice to say about him, but he's been very open with me. I'm starting high school and I need him in my life. This is a serious question, and I can relate to this question. So whoever wrote this question in, I want to say this is a very relatable question. I'm going through a situation like that myself where my son's mother has not really had too much nice things to say about me. Everything's been, your dad's this, your dad's that, but my son loved me. My son loved me. And no matter how much mom have thrown me under the bus, tried to make me look bad to my son still loves me. I'm my son's hero, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm his hero. So it's not breaking him. And in this situation, it's probably the same because my son is nearly like the same age. So, wow, how do you tell your mom? Do y'all think he should tell his mother? Do you guys think he should tell his mother? I think you should tell your mom. And I think you should let your mother know that, you know, Mom, I love my dad and I love you. I understand how you feel about my dad, but your hatred for my dad should not be stronger than the love that you have for me. And Dad, Mom, I appreciate you for taking care of me. Maybe my dad didn't do as much as you wanted him to do, or it maybe wasn't up to your liking. But maybe my dad did what he could. Maybe the impact that my dad have on my life, maybe that's something that money can't even buy. Maybe that was more valuable to me and I needed that. Maybe you needed the money, but maybe I needed just my dad's impact on me. Do that make sense? Thank you. Thank you. Exactly. Yes, it makes total sense. It makes total sense. Yes. Yes, it does. So, Mom, please, back off. I tell Mom, if your mom ever see this, let your mom see this video. Mom, back off. The young brother needs his dad. He want to let you know. He want to let you know I need my dad. You know, I need my dad in my life. If you feel a certain way about my dad, mom, it's okay for you to feel that way, but you don't have to throw that in my face to try to make me feel this negative energy towards my dad. Don't give that to me. Don't tell me how bad my dad is or that. That's nothing for me to want to hear, Mom. Back off. You know, back off. I'm telling you, back off, Mom. That's nothing for him to want to hear. All right, I'm going to open up the line. See, do we have any moms on here that can relate to this? I want to know if you guys can relate to this. All right, the lines are open. The lines are open for question number 4. Let me know what you think. If we have moms on the line, please let me know what you think. But I'll tell you one thing, stop hurting your son, because your son is only going to rebel against you. Your son is only going to rebel against you. So stop hurting him. You're hurting him. You're hurting him more than you're helping him. I can guarantee you that, Mom. You're hurting him more than you're helping him. I can guarantee you that. Let me know what y'all think. The lines are open. The lines are open. Let me know what y'all think. Yep. Let me know. The lines are going to close in 30 seconds. Okay, it looks like I have a phone call coming in. I have a phone call coming in.
From my everything. To accept, press.
Hold on, caller. Hold on, caller. Give me 1 second, caller. Give me 1 second. All right, all right, all right. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me.
I think that parents should really be careful with how they talk about the other parent because, like you said, it's not doing harm per se to the father. It's actually hurting the child more so. I
Okay,
mean, we're making the assumption that this is being written by a young man, but either way, girl or boy,
right,
she or he needs the father in his or her life.
right. I agree.
Um, I think mothers should be very careful in the way they talk about their father because sadly, you chose this man to be the father of your child. So was he that person before you created a child with him?
Wow.
So you don't have a right to talk about him if that's not how you felt about him before you laid down and had a child. And he was good enough to make a child with you, but he's not good enough to be a father.
Wow. I
Yeah.
like that. And like I was explaining that I'm going through a certain situation similar to that. And I
Okay.
know my situation, I have a son, and the mother has been trying to throw me under the bus, to my child, talking bad about my child. I've seen it in person. I've seen it on FaceTime where she's chewing me up in front of my son, calling me all kind of names. But my son is the one suffering, if that makes sense.
Correct.
It's
Yes.
not hurting me. My son
Right.
my son is suffering, but my son still love me.
And that's why the person's probably still angry because it's not working.
I believe that. I truly believe that. I believe that that's definitely the case. The mom is very hurt, but hurt because my son still loves me. My son have to hide and talk to me, different things like that. He don't feel comfortable talking to me while his mom is around, and it's
That's
it's not
fair.
it's not good. You know, it's
No,
not good.
it's not fair. It's not fair.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I
Parents have
thank
to
you.
realize that you're not harming the adult,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Correct. correct. And I
But
thank
yeah,
you.
I agree with everything you said.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you, caller.
Well,
Thank you,
best
caller.
of luck to your case. Best of luck to your situation.
Well, in my case, I'm gonna keep on fighting for my son. I'm gonna keep on loving
Right.
on my son, and
That's
hopefully,
right.
hopefully, the mom will start to understand or start to see that this negative thing that she's doing is not working, and maybe she will back
Right.
off. Maybe she will back off.
Hmm. In
Hopefully,
due
she will.
time. All right.
All right.
Exactly.
Thank you so
Oh,
much. Thank you for your input. I really appreciate that.
absolutely.
I have a few more questions. You're welcome to call in if something resonates with you. Like, thank you.
All right. Absolutely.
All right, have a good one. Thank you.
Okay. You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right. Well, we had one call to call in, and wow, I can definitely understand where what she mean. That was beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do we have anyone else that can relate to this question? Do we have anyone else that can relate to this question, or that may have some advice for this young woman or this young man? He say he's going into high school. He wants his father around. He needs his father, or or she needs her father. Do we have anyone else that have input on this specific question? I'm going to get ready to close up the lines in about 30 seconds for question number 4, and I will open up the lines for question number 5. But I thank y'all. Thank y'all. This was a great question. Thank you. Like I say, this is relatable to me, so I can feel this. This kind of touched my spirit. I feel this question. All right, now the lines are closed for question 4. We're moving right on along to question number 5. We're moving along to question 5. Whoa, as soon as I look at this one kind of, this hit hard. My coworker has a very unique smell. I work in an office setting. How do I tell them their scent is offensive without hurting their feelings? Woo. How do you tell them that their scent is offensive without hurting their feelings? Okay, first things first, let me ask you a question. Are you feeling uncomfortable? You must be feeling uncomfortable. I shouldn't even ask that question. You feel uncomfortable because you wrote in about it. You definitely feel uncomfortable because you wrote in about it. So that stench coming up off of them must be very strong. And if they're putting you in an uncomfortable place, hurting your feelings, because your feelings is hurt. However you want to say it, if you got to sit in this place for 8 to 10 hours smelling a stench coming up off somebody, your feelings is hurt too. So you think they give a damn that your feelings is hurt? They don't care that they hurting your feelings. So you shouldn't really give a damn about hurting their feelings. Do that make sense? So don't tell them in such of a mean way. You don't have to be too mean to them, but just let them know on the side. Pull them to the side and pat your underarm. Pat your underarm or something. If the breath stink, if you think it's their breath, pull them to the side and, just point to the mouth. Point to the mouth or something. Honestly, you have to tell them because it ain't worth you quitting your job. It ain't worth you quitting your job. So you have to tell them. I'm going to open up the lines. I want to see what somebody have to say about this one because this is a pretty good one right here. I'm being honest with you. This is a really, really good one right here. I don't know. I don't know what you should tell them. I know one thing, tell their ass the truth. I know one thing, you better tell their ass the truth. And if that stench coming up off them that much that you're going to write in about it, you need to tell their ass the truth right now. All right, we're going to open up the lines for question number 5, y'all. I know somebody going to call in cracking a joke on this one. I know somebody going to crack a joke on this one. But it ain't nothing to joke about. Are the lines are open. The lines are open for question number 5. My coworker has a very unique smell. You said a unique smell, call it like it is. My coworker stink. My coworker stink. And I work in an office and we jam-packed with each other. I'm going to read it like I would write this if it was somebody that I know. I'm in a tight office space. My coworkers stink like hell. I'm about ready to tell them that they breath stink or they underarms stink, but I don't want to hurt their feelings. That's how Uncle T gonna give it to him. I'm gonna give it to him like that. That's how I would write this question, but you trying to even be nice writing in the question. You just a nice person. You even wrote the question in nice. I want to hear what somebody else got to say about this. The lines are open. I'm telling it like it is, y'all. You laughing. You laughing in the chat, but I'm telling like if it was Uncle T right now, I'm going to tell y'all I work in a tight office space and my goddamn coworkers stink. How do I tell them they stink? Period. Period, point blank. So let me know. The lines are open. Let me know how would y'all deliver this. How would y'all deliver this news? How would y'all deliver this news to your coworker that they got a unique, as this viewer wrote in, they got a unique, they said a very unique smell. So that means that they very stinking. That means that they're very stinking. What would y'all say to them? How would y'all tell it? How would y'all deliver the bad news without hurting their feelings? Talk to me. Y'all talk to me. The lines are open. How would y'all deliver the bad news without hurting your co-workers' feelings? All right, somebody right here said, okay. Somebody said, I think it depends if the person is a woman or a man on how you address the smell. Belinda back in here. Belinda say, I would just tell them to wash their ass. You sound like me, Belinda. It ain't funny though, but it's real. You know, it's real. You sound like me. I would just tell them to wash their ass. Period. Period, point blank. Wash your ass. That's how I tell them too. That is exactly how I would tell them too. All right, we going to move right on along. I'm closing up the lines. If you want to get it in, you better get it in the next 30 seconds because I'm closing up the lines for question number 5 in 30 seconds. The lines are closing. The phone lines are closing in 30 seconds for question number 5. All right now, all right now, all right now. Bow. All right. The lines is closed. We're moving on along to question number 6. Question number 6. What are your thoughts on giving children allowances? What are your thoughts on giving children allowances? I want to, let me take that question down, number 6. I'm going to take that down because I have someone in the chat. They said something that I think is vital. What if it's cultural? What if it could be cultural? People from different cultures, they have certain smells. Certain cultures have certain smells. And it could be cultural. It really could be cultural. And if that's the case, you just have to sit there and deal with it. Do all of them smell like that? Do everyone from their culture smell like that? If everyone from their culture smell like that, you have to deal with it. I wouldn't break that news on them like that. I wouldn't break that news on them like that. Let them live. Give them some grace. Give them some grace. You'll get used to it. You would get used to it if it's culture. But you know if it's culture or you know if it's ass. You know if it's culture and you know if it's ass. All right, now, we're going to move on along to question number 6. What are your thoughts on giving children allowances? I don't think there's something wrong with giving your child an allowance, but I feel like there have to be some type of extra chores. I feel that for my child to get an allowance, there should be some kind of extra chores that they're responsible for, if that makes sense. There should be some extra chores that they're responsible for. And if they're taking care of their business, I don't have to beg them and tell them to do their chores over and over and over. I have to be 100 with you. There's nothing wrong with giving a child an allowance. Now, your regular chores, cleaning up your room, taking care of your rest room, you're going to do that anyway. Damn it, you're going to do it anyway. And you ain't going to get nothing for it. But if I'm having you to go outside and help me in the yard and pick the weeds around the house, you will get a chore for that. I don't mind giving a chore for that, if that makes sense. I don't mind giving a chore for that. All right, now, I have someone in a chat. I'm not about the allowances. It's not about the allowance. It's about how you raise them. I agree with you. But some people just don't believe in allowances. Like the person right here in the chat right with you, Belinda. I don't believe in allowances. There are no other ways to teach money management. There are other ways to teach money management. I can respect that. There are plenty ways you can teach money management. But you can also incorporate the allowances on teaching them work ethics, learning that, okay, when you do this and you go the extra mile, when you do this, you go the extra mile, son or daughter, you get rewarded for that. Do that make sense? You get rewarded for that if you go the extra mile. So, therefore, there's nothing wrong with allowances if they're doing and going the extra mile. How about that? What do y'all think? I'm going to open up the lines for this one. I'm going to open up the lines for question number 6. And let me know what y'all think about that. The lines are open for question number 6. Somebody in the chat feels that rewards are different than allowances. I believe you may say that because allowance is on a weekly or a monthly basis. I get it. I can get where you're coming from. So I believe in rewards. If a child because the allowance is based on a schedule. The allowance is kind of scheduled. So I do agree with you. I can't lie. You changed my mind a little bit. So I would say I believe in rewarding for going the extra mile. How about that? I believe in rewarding for going the extra mile, not an allowance, if that makes sense. Now, if I'm running my own business and my child is working for me, I wouldn't call that allowance. That would be a paycheck. So the allowance thing, I'm not sure. That allowance thing, that's really wild. You won me over with that. It makes so much sense. Rewards are different than allowances. That's a different thing. The lines are open. If y'all feel that I'm not hitting it right on this answer and y'all feel a little different, y'all feel that allowances is cool, Call in. Let me know why you think an allowance is cool. Let me know why do you think an allowance is cool. All right. The lines is open for question number 6 for 30 more seconds. The lines is open for question number 6 for 30 more seconds. We moving on along, and we got some good ones coming, y'all. We have some great questions coming. All right. All right. We getting ready to move on to question number 7. Yes, Belinda, yes, you're absolutely correct. Yesterday, there was some technical difficulties, and this is being broadcast on Apple Podcasts and on iHeart Podcasts and Spotify as well, and that broadcast wasn't up to the standards. There was a lot of technical difficulties yesterday. So, yes. Yes. Thank you, Belinda. All right. Moving on along to question number 7. We're moving along to question number 7. Question number 7. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you for understanding. I appreciate that. And thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for rocking with me. That means a lot to me, Belinda. Thank you. All right. Question number 7. How do I tell my wife her cooking sucks? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Have you been lying to her? That's my question. If you're watching, have you been lying to her? Have you told her she cooks very well? If you've been lying to her, like someone told me in a chat, you're going to have to eat that food. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you. That means a lot. No, that's who I am. Thank you. If you've been lying to your wife, telling your wife that she have good food, you're going to have to eat that damn food the rest of your life unless you're going to go ahead, move on with your life and get a divorce. But if you ain't been lying to her and this ain't been going on that long, you should tell her and just say, babe, let me show you how I like to eat. Just that simple. Let me show you how I like to eat. Cook a meal for her and show her how to season it. Show her how you like your food. You feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Show her how you like your food. But you walking on thin ice. You walking on eggshells right there, though, because you could tell your wife that her food sucked and you may not get no nookie for a week or two. You get what I'm saying? So you might want to be careful. Long as you ain't lied to her before and told her she got the bomb on the cooking, you good. You good. It shouldn't matter. You should be able to come on off to her and just say, honey, let me prepare a meal for you. I want to prepare a nice meal for you and show you how I like my food. And if she rocking with you and loving on you, she going to understand that. The phone lines are open. I'm going to open up the phone lines for question number 7. Let's see what some of my call-ins. Let me see what y'all think about that. The lines are open. Talk to me. I'll talk back. The lines are open. Talk to me and I will talk back. Someone over here in YouTube say, if you can't be honest with your wife, with your partner, you should ideally change your partner. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. It can't be said no better. It cannot be said no better. If you can't be honest with your partner, you should ideally change your partner. All right, chat. I like that, chat. I like that one, chat. That's nice right there. I can rock with you on that one. That's a hell of an answer. If you can't be honest with her, go ahead and change that up. Change that partner up. Real talk. All right. The lines is closing in 10 seconds. The lines are closing in 10 seconds for question number 7. The lines is closing in 10 seconds. All right. We moving on along to question number 8. Question number 8. What is an appropriate age to talk to my child about sex? This is a good one. This here is a good one. And for me personally, I would go off of how I was when I was growing up. I was a fast something. I was mannish. Okay? I was very mannish. And personally, I would have liked my mother to talk to me about sex at the age of 10. Because I'm a boy. I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the projects. So I would have wanted my mother to talk to me about sex at the age of 10, if that makes sense. Because I was chasing it at the age of 10. So 10 would have been good for me. 10 would have been good for me. Hold on, let me read what someone over here in the chat says. Somebody in chat says, as early as possible so that it doesn't become awkward. I can rock with that. For a young lady, I would say 11, 12. For a young lady, 11, 12. Start talking to her, your daughters about sex. And I say that because at 11, 12 years old, I think a lot of girls at about 12, they're starting their menstruation. So the moment they start an administration, or even before they start the administration, you need to be preparing them on what that administration is, what that means. That means that if a little boy come and that little boy do his thing, you can have a baby. You can have a baby. It may be awkward. It may be very awkward, but don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to hold that conversation back. Don't hesitate. Give it to them. Tell them that. They need it. They need it. And a lot of parents, I've talked to a lot of women that say that their mom didn't have that conversation with them. They said they learned it from high school. That's what a lot of people are saying. They learned it from high school. If that's the case, that's a bad place to learn it from. You want to learn stuff like that from people that you love. If that makes sense, you want to learn stuff like sex from people that you love. You feel me? You feel me? That way you can receive it. You know they're not lying to you. You can receive it better. All right now, the lines are open for question number 8. The lines are open. Call in. Let me know what you think. What age is an appropriate age to tell your children about sex? The lines are open. The phone lines are open. Someone says early as possible so that it doesn't become awkward. As early as possible so that it doesn't become awkward. Talk to me, chat. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think about that one. Talk to your boy. I'll talk back. Talk to Tman. Uncle Tia talk back. Talk to me, Uncle Tia talk back. What is an appropriate age? What is an appropriate age to talk to your children about sex? The lines for question number 8 is closing in 30 seconds. Call in. Let me know what you think. 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 Let me know. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Question number 8. I believe we have a caller. I believe we have a caller getting ready to call in. This is a good one. This here is a good one. Let me know what you think. Somebody over here in chat said you should have a lit candle in the background for the vibe. All right. I can rock with that. I can try something like that. I can rock with that. Thank you. Somebody feel like I should put a lit candle in the background, just to set a nice vibe. You might see that on my next podcast. Tone down the color, tone down the light a little bit. Huh? What you think about that? Tone the light down a little bit. Put some yellow, some red, some blue. Which one? Tone it down a little bit and set that vibe right. Set that vibe right. I like that. I can rock with it. All right. We're going to close up the lines for question number 8. The lines are closed for question number 8. I got you, Belinda. I got you. I'm gonna look into that. I might change that up on the next one for you. All right. We moving on along to question number 9. Question number 9, y'all. Question number 9. Do you think social media ruins relationships? Do you think social media ruins relationships? I feel that people ruin relationships. Social media just make it a little easier to get yourself caught up, if you will. Social media make it a little easier to get yourself caught up, if you will. And now, if you look at it from a different standpoint, social media can be impactful. Social media can be impactful on people's relationships because people can. All right, I have someone in here. Someone in the chat feels that they think people ruins relationships. Someone in the chat feel like people ruin relationships. I think people ruin relationships too. But what you think about this, Renee? What do you think about this? Social media, people is always voicing their opinions in social media about relationships. People also on social media show you something that's on camera, how a relationship look in their life. Now, a younger person can come along and think that this is how their relationship can be. And then they can be putting this pressure on their partner because of some type of relationship, a fake relationship that they saw on social media, and they think that that's how their relationship's supposed to be. What you think about that? So in that specific situation, social media can ruin relationships. I'm gonna open up the lines. I want to see what someone have to say about that. They may think a little different. Let's see. The lines are open. Do you think social media ruins relationships? The lines are open. Let me see what you feel. Belinda think people with social media shouldn't be in a relationship. Oh, wow. Okay. I hear you. But if you're in a relationship and you're on social media, if you're not cheating, you're not doing nothing that you shouldn't be doing, you should be able to still be on social media. That's just my take. I want to see. Give me a caller. Let me get a call in here. Let me see what y'all really feel. I'm putting on the headphones. Give me a caller. Give me a caller. I want to see what y'all. I want you to explain that. Renee, let me get a call. I want you to explain when you say I think people do. What do you mean by that, Renee? What do you mean by that? The phone lines are open, Renee. You feel free to call in and let me know what you think What you think? People like to make their relationship better than it is. Yes, on social media. On social media, they tend to like to make their relationship better than what it is. I totally agree. I totally agree. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. People only show you the good things on social media. The phone lines are open. The phone lines are open. No, Renee, that is somebody else named Belinda. Feel free to call in. Call in, Renee. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Call in, Renee. Let me get a call in. Maybe people need to see some people calling in. They probably be afraid to be on the radio. I'm not going to announce your name. I'm not going to announce your name on the radio. Okay? I'm not going to announce your name on the radio. Call in. Feel free. Feel free to call in. All right, I'm closing the lines in 10 seconds. I'm closing the lines for question number 9. I'm closing up the lines for question number 9, y'all. All right, all right, all right. All right, the lines are closed for question number 9. The lines are closed, and we're moving along to question number 10. Question number 10. Why do you think people find it so hard to forgive? Wow, that's a great one. That is a really, really good question. Why do people find it so hard to forgive? I'm a person that forgives quite easy. I've always forgiven easy. And I just feel that when I forgive someone, it relieves like a pressure, a weight off of me. And I think it makes you healthier to forgive. For me, some people, I don't know why they find it hard to forgive. I can't explain why. It could be for several reasons. It could be maybe they haven't forgiven themselves for something that they did in life, or maybe they find it hard to forgive themselves. And that's why they find it hard to forgive others. Maybe they beat themselves up hard and they find it hard to forgive. It's different reasons. But I want to open up the lines on this. And also, I have something else that's deep about this. But I'm going to open up the lines and see what people have to say. Renee feels like because they don't have love in their hearts. Because they don't have love in their hearts. Renee, the line is open, Renee. The line is open. Let me know what you think about that. Talk to me. Talk to me, Renee. I'll talk back. The phone line is open. The phone line is open. Call in. Let me know. Are you a person that forgives pretty quick? Are you a person that forgives pretty quick? And if you forgive pretty quick, maybe they need to know, how do you forgive quick? What is the secret recipe to forgiving quick? You don't think anyone that don't forgive quick, you don't think that they have love in their heart? You don't feel that they have love in their heart? Call in and let me know what you think about that. Some people are hateful. Some people are hateful. But I don't think everyone that don't forgive or that find it hard to forgive, I don't think every one of them are hateful. I don't think everyone that finds it hard to forgive, I don't think each and last one of them are hateful. You get what I'm saying? I just don't feel that everybody is hateful who find it hard to forgive. Maybe they struggling with something else. Maybe they struggling with another demon. But I do have a point I like to make. So a lot of people believe in a God, some higher power. What if that higher power took a while to forgive you, even after you've asked for forgiveness, and they took a while to forgive you? But what if during this time that they still haven't forgiven you, and according to your book, if you pass away in your sins, you're going to hell, if that's what you believe. And a lot of people believe this. So let's take a person that believes that if they pass away in their sins, their God is taking a long time to forgive them. Do they go to hell? Do they go to hell? Because according to the book, if you die in your sins and your God haven't forgiven you, or you haven't asked for forgiveness, but you have a God that takes a long time to forgive, hopefully that can help. Hopefully that one can help. Hopefully that response can help, because what if it's like that? What if it's like that for people that find it hard to forgive? What if the fact that they find it so hard to forgive that God find it hard to forgive them? And what if they pass away while God still have not forgiven them? Do you feel me? That's a deep one, right? That's a deep one. Somebody in the chat says, sometimes you have to send the evil energy back before we can forgive. I respect that. I respect that. I respect that. So the way you send an evil spirit back is first forgiving yourself. I think you need to first forgive yourself. And when you forgive yourself, then you can find it much more easier to forgive others. Once you forgive yourself, you can find it much more easier to forgive others. Someone in chat says, if you don't forgive, you're giving power to the offender. I love it. I love it. If you don't forgive, you're giving power to the offender, because you're carrying the hurt that they caused you. I can understand that, chat. I understand that, chat. You're carrying this burden, this weight, this hurt, this anger that someone else caused you. And for some people, they caused you this hurt years and years and years ago, and you still carrying this around with you. So yes, you are giving power to the offender. I like that. Very well put. Very, very well put. I like that. And why? Why allow somebody to live rent-free in your head? Why walk around carrying a grudge, a grudge for someone that's living their life? They don't even know that you still mad about this. They living a happy old life, but you walking around with a grudge. Yes. Release it. They say release it, chat. Release it, because they've moved on. Real talk. They moved on. They living their life. They happy. And you still, when you hear this person's name or this person run across your mind, it flare up all of that evil energy. It flares up all of that evil energy. And if you choose to carry that around, I think you're making your life miserable. You're making your life miserable if you're carrying this around. I want to say I thank y'all. This was a hell of a broadcast. Thank y'all for joining me and Ask Uncle T from the V. This was a hell of a broadcast. I appreciate the love. Make sure y'all share this podcast. Share this podcast. Turn on your notification bell so y'all will get notified when I drop this mail. And don't forget to hit the bell. Hit the notification bell and hit all. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends, your family members. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy. Thank y'all for asking Uncle T from the V. In the description, I will put an email in the description so that you guys can submit your questions through a new email. I'm putting in the descriptions where you can submit your questions for Ask Uncle T from the V. Okay? I want to say I thank you. I appreciate the love and the support. It means the world to me. Keep vibing with me, and I'm going to keep vibing with y'all. If y'all really like and y'all want to patronize the channel, you can super chat. You can hit the super chat if you want to patronize the channel. Thank y'all. Have a good one. Till then, be blessed. Don't be none less. And please forgive.